guys are having a wonderful day. We have a very special guest interview with me here today. Before I introduce her, I want to tell you guys a little bit about her, although I'm sure you will recognize her name. April Ryan is a veteran journalist who is literally coming to us from the White House press corps room. She has been covering presidents since the Clinton administration, so she's seen Clinton, Bush, Obama, and now, of course, President Trump. So, April, thank you so much. You've recently joined CNN. You've recently released your second book, so a lot of things going on. Thank you so much for joining us today. What a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me. Yes, and welcome to the Brady briefing room, the White House briefing room.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. It's amazing. We're really seeing the action
and it's
there.
Very active.
I see that. So I wanted to talk to you first just about, you've had this really long and storied career. You've covered now 4 presidents, or you've covered 3 fully, and now you're in the process of covering a 4th. Just tell me a little bit about how you've seen sort of, the administrations change over the years and what has been the sort of, differences for each president.
Well, everyone would always ask me, what are the similarities and the differences between all the presidents that I've covered. Well, this one is totally different. And when I say this one is totally different, this is a president who doesn't have governance behind him. He is a president who is pulled from a list of people who are friends or people who've helped him or been loyal. And we're not even 100 days in, and there is remote shakeups. There's a lot going on. Every president has a moment that tries them, a remake moment, or something that really is a defining moment. But I'm telling you, 83 days in, this is defining already. So, we're not even a year in, not even 100 days in. So this is very interesting. This president is totally different from the others that I've covered.
I can imagine.
From the way he approaches the press to the way he approaches this office. He's different in every way. And I'm glad I'm here. It's newsy, it's history, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's hard to sustain. It's a lot for us. As journalists, we're always on the go.
I'm sure.
That's all I can say.
No, I can imagine. It's so interesting because even though you've had this super, super long career, as I said, but what's interesting is you've had a real resurgence of popularity with millennials now. You're sort of being, everyone's quoting you on Twitter and making memes out of you. As someone who's sort of covered all the stories, has it been a little bit of a whirlwind to sort of be inserted into the story, without even sort of trying?
I'm trying to listen because it's gotten the buzz in the room. We're gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna move outside because the buzz in the room is a bit much. But as we walk, you can kind of see the room. You see all the people, the frenzy, and around you see the podium.
Wow.
And I'm going outside. Okay, hello, beautiful. We're going outside.
You guys are getting an inside look.
Hi, how are you, Bob? We're going outside. I'm going to take you outside. Thank you, Bob. All right, sorry. So we're going outside because the room is deep. All right, I'm walking through. All right, now we're outside. It's a lot of reporters coming in.
Wow, it's
so
amazing.
Yes,
you see those things that you only see on TV right here on HelloBeautiful.
Yes, you hear everything. Okay, so behind me, you can see where we are. We're just a couple feet from the residence, and this is the West Wing area. This is the press area. This is where the pool used to be. And I'm going to show you something else. Over here, I want you to walk with me.
Yes.
Walk with me so I can hear you. I'm leaving everyone behind so I can hear you. This is, you see that, the entrance to the West Wing. And when the Marine is there, that signifies that the president is in the West Wing. So the president is here. So yes, let's talk. I can hear you now.
Perfect. So yes, this is so great. Actually, that was a really cool tour that the audience just got to see. This is what happens live. This is April's life. She's out here, really in there, literally in it every day.
Yes.
So I was asking,
and I can show you Sean Spicer's. Let me show you Sean Spicer's
Oh
Oh,
my
it's really
gosh.
fast.
Yes, definitely show
See,
us.
see those windows right there?
Uh-huh.
Those are Sean Spicer's. Those three windows are his inner office area, but two of them really are his windows.
Wow. I bet he's
Yeah.
watching you right now. You and
He
Sean.
probably is, but that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you and Sean don't exactly have the best relationship, I'd say. But you
Well,
know what,
I'm okay
April?
with Sean.
I
I'm
have.
okay with Sean.
And I know, and you know what I have to say, all jokes aside, because that was totally a joke, you really have maintained your composure in a lot of moments that I think a lot of people would have gotten upset at. Of course, we saw the moment where President Trump asked you if you knew the members of the Congressional Black Caucus. We've seen the moment where Sean Spicer told you to stop shaking your head. All these little microaggressions that happen, but you handle it like such a pro. How do you keep your composure? Because, girl, I need the answers.
Let me say this to you. I have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old. So
Oh.
anything after that. But no, really, I hear a lot of people say, and I'm just surprised that people say that. First of all, this is a place of business. This is the people's business, a place of people's business. I am here talking to principals to the White House. You don't jump up in their face.
Yep.
And this is, you always respect it, but at the same time, you find ways to get your point across. And I just sat there and listened, and I'm like, it was no reason for that altercation, the last altercation with Sean. There was no reason for it. But, my mother used to always say, it's not what they call, it's what you answer to. And there was no reason for that. So I just said, I was like, okay, whatever. And it just played itself out. And with the president, I do not convene meetings for heads of state and other government officials. I will convene meetings with the president and reporters, because we want off-the-record conversations to find out what's going on. We want access. But, the rest of it, it's just, it's whatever. I've been here for 20 years. I've seen a lot. I don't want to say I'm going to be here another 20 more, but I've seen a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When that happens, though, do you have those moments where you're angry in your head and then you sort of have to talk yourself down? Because I know I would be so annoyed at some of those things.
Yeah, there are days. And that day I did have to talk myself down. And I didn't get home till very late that night, and I talked myself down. And I talked myself down because I didn't realize what was going on. I couldn't get myself together. I couldn't get my thoughts together to really do a story. And I guess I was a little miffed. But ultimately, when everything was said and done, I got home at 8 o'clock. People were like, people are really supporting you. And I didn't know that the groundswell was so big. And then Hillary Clinton, I said, what? I said, okay, April, whatever. It's done. So I just let it be. But I am here asking questions. That's all I do. It's no agenda. It's just I'm asking questions. And it's about the First Amendment. It's not about me. It's about the American public. We're asking questions for the American public.
Do you think, it's interesting because you talk about just asking questions and really just trying to get answers. Do you think, with the sort of evolution of journalism, because you definitely came from a journalist era where it was all about the questions and it was all about the facts. And now we're sort of seeing the rise of, the pundit, which is wonderful, but, also the rise of sort of people inserting a lot of their opinions into things. Do you think that has caused any issues that we're seeing happen today in terms of media coverage?
Allison, social media has changed the dynamic, the immediacy. Think about it. I would typically, back a couple of years ago when I was here, during the Clinton years, if we wanted to talk, it would be by videotape or a live camera. I'm on my tablet. Mm-hmm. We're Skyping in. The advent of the immediacy of the moment, things have changed. And that has brought a whole nother layer into the reporting sphere, particularly when you have a president who watches the news, who is on Twitter. And, things have changed drastically. Social media has really upped the game in a lot of ways, for better or for worse. And some days it's like, oh, my gosh. But, we can touch the world now. We can find out immediately what's going on through our tablets, through our phones. And, modern technology is great. We see accountability pieces. During the Obama years, we saw, things that would happen with some of the people who were killed by police.
Yeah.
And then after that, now what we're seeing, this president is, on the pulse of the American people, tweeting out to them. He's tweeting directly to them, and he's somewhat cutting us out of the fray. But guess what? when the tweet's not right, we're asking questions. And so, I mean, it's a crazy dynamic, but I really say social media is really a big piece to this.
Absolutely. And with social media, you've had such, as I was saying before, you've really become so popular on social media. I see people making clips and sort of memes and, your quotes taken there. What has that been like? I feel like you're just this social media superstar for us right now.
The problem is I never played poker, so I don't have a poker face. And my brother would always say, girl, every time, my brother is like the social media guy. He's like, there's another meme of you. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, what happened in the briefing? Because there are memes of you. People hit him up first and then they come to me. And I'm like, wow, it's just crazy. And I'm just like, whatever. I just don't know, it's just amazing. My Twitter handle blew up. I mean, I've got over 100,000 people. I mean, since the president's thing in February, my numbers doubled, but after the Sean thing, my numbers doubled after that again, and the numbers keep on climbing. And I'm like, wow, for what? I just asked a question. I didn't shake my head at first, but
And I have to ask you too, as we've been seeing so much. Obviously, there is so much to cover every single day. Multiple things come out about this administration, and there are multiple gaffes. From whether it was Spicer's comments about Hitler versus Assad yesterday, or it's the sort of comments on the insinuation that Frederick Douglass was still alive in the tweet, or it was that slaves were immigrants, as Ben Carson said. Do you think that they are do you feel like there's maybe this push for these alternative facts, or do you feel like they're just really making these woeful gaffes and just could they really be that uninformed?
The gaffes are pretty bad. And I'm glad you brought up all of them. I mean, yesterday was bad, but I'm like, this is not just the first incident in this administration. It's not the first instance. I mean, like you said, you have Betsy DeVos talking about, was it school, I can't even remember it.
The grizzly bear comment with
the school choice. She was talking about school choice.
Mm-hmm.
And for African Americans didn't have a choice. Right. We were not the first people with school choice. We didn't have a choice, so we built our own schools. And then you had Ben Carson linking immigration to slavery, the similarities. There's no similarity between slavery and immigration. And then this yesterday, there is a big issue. There's a big concern with just how history is playing out, or revision thereof of history. And I'm going to tell you something, Allison. While I'm standing here talking to you, people are trying to take pictures of me with their kids and other reporters that have come in. So I don't like taking pictures with people because I don't want to seem like I'm gloating, but.
Well, listen, it's certainly
you made me famous.
I did. We did here. No, you did that yourself with your incredible career. Before I let you go, because I know you are a busy woman, and we don't need everybody, showing taking all the pictures of you without your consent. But I do want to talk a little bit about your book, which you released in December. Congratulations, just your second book, At Mama's Knee. And, just really congratulations. Tell me a little bit about that. I know it was inspired by your experience as a single mom. You talked to some of these incredible mothers and fathers and people talking about their mothers. So tell me about that.
Yeah, the book was born out of my experience as a mother, having to talk to my children, my two daughters, about matters of race. You want to give your children sugar and spice and everything nice. Mm-hmm. And the problem was that my daughters, we are in the Baltimore area, and we felt the aftermath of the Freddie Gray funeral and the Freddie Gray wrongful death. Mm-hmm. I had to talk to them. This stuff was happening about 11.5 miles from us. But yet I still had to let them know, because their schools were shutting down because there was a fear that these people were going to come out to us. There was a fear of the rioters coming out to us. I had to talk to them because why was school shutting down? They weren't going to have their activities. And I also had to talk to them about Tamir Rice, because the reality is, for me and my children, we are African American. We live in a community, and that's the backyard is open, and people can see through the street into our backyard. Right. And with that, my baby daughter, we didn't want anyone to mistake her Nerf cannon gun for a gun. I had to tell her to come inside. And that's related to Tamir Rice, the little boy who was killed, 12-year-old boy who was killed in Cleveland, Ohio several years ago. So with me having to go through all of this, I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing. But every time I talked to them, I said, yes, this is happening, but there is hope. And I looked to some people. I looked to some people to help me sift this thing out. I looked to people like former President Barack Obama, Valerie Jarrett at the time, Hillary Clinton, uh, former President Jimmy Carter. I even talked to Reince Priebus, in the book. I've talked to so many people, actors, actresses, Harry Belafonte. I mean, I talked to Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley. I talked to so many different people about issues of race. And I wanted to see how they were talking to their children about it and how their mothers talked to them about it. There are a lot of little news nuggets in there, a lot of things that you didn't know from these icons. I got a lot of icons to talk to me. And I'm very thankful for that. And I think we all need to have this conversation. This book is not just for women. It's for everyone. It's not just for women. It's not just for Black people. It's for everyone. And I've been very encouraged because when I go out and speak, I'm getting more crowds of more people from other races that want to have this discussion. And it touches my heart. And I mean, I just get good vibes from people when we talk.
Absolutely, and the book really in this time should be required reading. So
yes, amen.
Speaking it into the top of the required reading list existence, which I'm sure will happen. April, I know you are so busy. I just want to take the time to thank.
Is the Marine still there? Let me see. Is the Marine?
Is he?
Oh no! So that
okay.
means
So
the
you better
president
go
has
in.
left.
We're gonna let you
The
go.
president left the West Wing. He's probably on his way over into the executive mansion over there for the press conference. Woo!
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we will be tuned in and we will follow your coverage. Thank you so much, April. Ryan, again, is an incredible journalist and one of our 2017 Women to Know. April, where can they follow you on Twitter really fast before you sign off?
At April D. Hey guys, at April D. Ryan.
Perfect.
Hey girl. At April D. Ryan.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. Well, as you can see, she literally took us inside the White House and what it looks like in the press corps. She is absolutely incredible. We will definitely be sharing with her some of the comments. Make sure you pick up her book at Mama's Knee, and make sure you follow her on Twitter. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was so exciting and so much fun, and I loved being here with you guys. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.